So, we just watched Kubrick's most highest rated film on Rotten Tomatoes.
What percentage does it have on that?
98.
Wow.
What do you think? Wow.
That's pretty high.
Well, I mean, for Kubrick, that's actually,
Average.
well, it's higher, but, he he has a lot of high ratings. His lowest rated is 75%.
What movie is that for?
Eyes Wide Shut. It's still certified.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Actually.
I know. But that's. I already talked about this movie in my Kubrick-a-thon. You can watch the video if you want. It's pretty interesting. But, yeah, this is great. The comedy is funny in some places. Not all of them. I assume I have to have lived through the Cold War to get all of the jokes. But I didn't. So, I don't. But, that's not the main reason it's so good, though. Because the performances and the story is great. What do you think?
I thought the performances were really amazing. I would never have thought that Peter Sellers was playing those three different characters.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have figured that out, I don't think, if I didn't already know it.
Well, actually, I would have. Because they do look pretty similar if you think about it.
And then I thought that the way they shot it was really interesting with like the different angles and stuff.
Well, Kubrick does that though.
Yeah.
That's his thing. That's like his trademark. Cause he's very artsy.
Yeah, it was very artsy looking, and like the war room.
Yeah.
Was really.
You know that the guy that designed the war room actually still designs houses. So you can
get your house designed by him.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's supposed to be like super funny or a comedy, but
well, comedies were a lot drier.
Yeah.
Like, cause usually it was people being amused less now, where it's more like trying to laugh really hard, which I find, if you've ever watched Kevin Hart, I really like him. His newest one isn't as amazing as the older ones, but you can't watch the same comedy special twice and get the same laughs. It's just not that good. But, I don't go to movies for comedy, especially new ones, or old ones too. Old ones are boring and new ones are over the top. It's like you can't get a good comedy movie. I just don't find comedy movies funny, ever. I don't think I've ever found a comedy movie I thought was really funny. Have you?
There have been some that I thought were really funny. But it's like you have to. I feel like the movies that I watch that I laugh a lot at aren't that intellectual, really. They might be kind of stupid. Whereas like this one is really, it's a really clever comedy, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And it's really interesting because this is what, in my opinion, was Kubrick's starting to do more I don't know how to explain it, it's the word, it's like spiritual, but not that at all.
Like thoughtful?
No.
Or...
No, it's like how in a movie there are just a ton of things that don't make sense, but you're supposed to think about a lot. If you don't. Like, have you ever watched the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey?
No. I've never seen that movie.
Yeah. Well, if you had.
Like, it makes you think about stuff?
Well, it depends, really. I mean, that's not what I mean, though. I meant, when the movie doesn't seem to have a when there's scenes in a movie that don't seem to serve a purpose to the plot except to make you think about it.
Cerebral?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. That's the word there. That's why I think he started to get more cerebral in his movies. Because, most of his movies before this, while good, were a lot more down to earth. Like, first was,
Spartacus?
No.
No, what was his first one?
His first movie?
Yeah.
It was in, 1955, I think. It was, Fear and Desire, that was his first one. It was about war. Something he revived in the 80s to make another movie that people really liked. But then, he made, which is about, and then he made Killer's Kiss, which is about I don't know, honestly. It was a while ago when I watched that. I mean, it was like a month ago, and I just didn't, it was like, I couldn't follow, because it was like, a gang movie. Then The Killing, which is his first masterpiece. Coincidentally, it's also the first movie based on a book, which is about a heist. It's like a heist going down. That's like the movie. Then, Paths of Glory, I believe, was his next one. And then I think, then Spartacus, and then Lolita. Those were all pretty down-to-earth movies. Especially, Spartacus was, essentially he was working as a director for hire. He didn't get,
creative control?
Well, he did some, but not, as much as he usually gets. But it did turn out pretty well. It's a classic. Just, not as many people know it was actually a Kubrick film. I didn't know it was Kubrick until I looked it up. Saw he made it. And then, of course, the moon landing. Can't forget he directed that. Why do people think that he directed the moon landing? Why would you even need a director for the moon landing?
Well, they, that it was made up.
Yeah, but,
That's
how...
people are saying, right?
Yeah, but, how hard is it to just have somebody... I mean, I know that people think that the moon landing is fake, right? But if you were gonna fake the moon landing, would you need a director to fake it? They didn't film that much that they've released to the public, at least.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I don't know.
But...
Well, I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it made me think about a lot of stuff. And I felt like it was sort of, funny because I could see it actually happening, too.
Yeah.
It's so
nuclear
ridiculous.
annihilation,
but it's
that's
just
hilarious.
Well, it's like all this crazy stuff that's happening right now with our, president and everything.
Well, he hasn't gotten this far yet.
I know, but I'm just saying, maybe it's not such a great idea to have nuclear weapons at all.
Well, no, it's not. But if somebody has nuclear weapons, everyone has to.
Yeah.
The only way that we can't have nuclear weapons is if no one does. And the president's never going to give that up, even if no other country hasn't. Come on. Even if we had a good president, right? That would never happen. Never. Just in case somebody else gets them or something. The fear from the Cold War is still in us.
That's true.
Although, I didn't live through the Cold War. You living through the Cold War, not, the Cold War lasted for a very long time, but, not during the time when this was around, but you were around during the fear.
Yeah.
You tell me what it was like, and you tell me.
Well, when I was little, I was really afraid of nuclear bombs. I would really be worried about it and had a lot of anxiety about it when I was a little kid.
It would have definitely made sense, considering you were in a country that was kind of ruined by the United States.
Yeah. I mean, actually, when we lived in Guatemala, it was like no one's gonna send a nuclear bomb here, so I didn't feel as worried. But like America,
Yeah.
made me. Whenever we were back in the States, it was like scary to me.
I hope that Canada becomes a leading superpower. That's what I want them
We'll
to.
see what happens after all this, you know?
Well, I don't think that China has been damaged any more than America has. I don't think America's been damaged any more than China has. So when this is over, I think we'll all be at a just as level playing field as we were before.
Yeah, I mean, COVID is sort of attacking everyone indiscriminately, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Finally, a mass murderer that doesn't
Discriminate.
Yeah. All of mass murderers in history. Stalin, Hitler, all discriminated.
We did.
Which is the only reason that they are considered terrible people.
Right.
The only reason. The only reason is because they only killed Jews and stuff. If they had killed
anyone who didn't agree
other
with them.
people that did agree with them and weren't Jews, then they wouldn't be that bad.
Really? You're being sarcastic?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with Hitler or Stalin or Mussolini.
Right. I don't have anything else to say about this. Glad I watched it.